Welcome to another episode of the Nashville Dads. This episode, we talk about house projects, replacement curse words, introducing loss to your kids, and yoga. We hope you enjoy. Let's see here. Okay, cool. The Colts did win.
All right.
Thank God.
Both of our teams won.
Whew. Yeah.
I was really sweating the Bengals.
Yeah. It's so being a Colts fan, I actually steal my parents' DirecTV login. And whenever my dad DVRs the Colts games, I watch the recording of the DVR in real time. So I found a way to work around the fact that they never get televised games in Nashville.
Yeah.
So it was actually worth watching the game. Or it was like the 2-minute warning. They had the ball. They were down by like 1 point. And I was like, Justin, I'm going to be like 15 minutes late.
And I totally got it. I was working on this IKEA masterpiece that you see in front of me.
Yes. Where's Haley and Ada today?
They're upstairs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sequestered.
Yep.
To the second floor.
So Ada's went from croup
to that's right.
RSV to now has an ear infection, like a really bad ear infection. Like we took her to the doctor on Friday, and he's scooping this out, he's saying, "Oh, this is nasty," and
that's not what you want to hear from your medical provider. Like, "Oh, I didn't know this was a color."
Yeah, I mean, it was red.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was red, and it may have been some blood. I don't know.
Did you have ear infections that bad? Like,
I
do you and
remember.
Haley have any? Like, have your parents been like, "Man, when you were a kid, you had ear infections like this also," or?
So my dad, I mean, I was sick all the time, but not from ear infections.
Okay.
It was from lung infections and from the asthma. But that was like, he was like, you were always sick as a kid as well, but it was respiratory, not ear
it's very
infections.
different.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe she's just got my immune system, and
oh man, that stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever we were supposed to meet up on Wednesday, and you're like, "Oh, sorry, Ada has RSV." I was like, "Doesn't that usually puts your kid in the hospital?"
Yeah, I mean, her cough was bad.
Yeah,
and multiple times of just coughing so much that she would wake herself up in the middle of the night, just crying, hurting, probably because her throat was on fire.
Yeah,
but
what stopped you from taking her to the emergency room? Because, like, if our kid went from croup to RSV, I feel like I'd be like, do we need to be just admitted until this is taken care of?
So we went, I think it was Wednesday, to have her checked out, and they said it was croup.
Yeah.
Then Saturday comes along. Haley's mom is in town, and stepdad and my dad are in town. Not getting any better.
Yeah.
So Haley's like, we probably need to take her to the doctor to see what's going on, see if we can get some antibiotics or steroids or something. And the doctor there was just like, oh, yeah, and I guess checked her out and said, this is RSV.
Yeah.
So she was like, luckily it's not, like, her lungs seem to be okay.
That's good.
Like, she's not wheezing. Like, if she was wheezing, then maybe get on some steroids and antibiotics or
but her lungs aren't filling up with fluid.
Yeah, so they weren't. And I don't even know if the antibiotics and steroids would have worked for that, because I think it's a virus, not a bacteria.
Yeah.
But and then we went back this past Friday. Yeah. And because she was just irritable. Like, I'm picking her up from daycare, and she's the people at the daycare are like, she's been fussy all day, crying.
Yeah. And you know, if your daycare is like, your kid had a bad day, you're like, oh, she probably had a very bad day.
Yep. And twice in a row too. So we're like, all right, let's take her to see what's going on. And he was just like, oh yeah, she's got a huge ear infection. Man. So we got Ceftonir, which is the stuff that like makes her poop red.
Oh man. So since she had tubes put in her ears, do you guys have an ENT for her to help out with your ears?
Yeah.
What's going on with all that? Like, do you go back to the ENT or anything?
We do. I think in a week or two.
Okay.
Yeah. So we almost made it.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't had this bad of an ear infection since she got this tubes.
Oh, okay. So there was some improvement.
Yeah, there was definitely some improvement.
That's good.
But this one, I guess because of the RSV,
I mean, if she went from croup to RSV, the amount of everything going on with her body.
And she's still coughing, and Haley ended up getting sick as well.
Yeah, that's fair. It's what happens.
Yep. Yeah, I'm over here pumping myself full of vitamins.
Yeah, you're just
I'm not
you have an
sick.
orange in your hand at all
Yep,
times.
I did. I ate like 4 oranges. I drank my athletic greens.
Yes.
I took my vitamins.
I'm just going to get all my greens, my vitamin C and D as much as I possibly can. Because someone's got to be able to take care of everything else.
I never got sick.
That's good.
So I'll take
Knock
it.
on wood.
I'd hope by now I shouldn't be able to get it.
You would hope not after that much.
But man. What about you?
Oh man, what's been up with us? We just did fall break. So Friday, late happy birthday.
Thank you.
Because you have the same birthday as my mom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that October birthday,
Happy birthday, Devin's mom.
Happy birthday, Devin's mom, whatever your name may be. But no, so we went up to Evansville for like Friday until Tuesday, did some stuff to celebrate my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
People, like an aunt and uncle from Georgia coming to town. Sister was in town, brother was in town, all their families. And then spent some time at home, and then did a day trip to Birmingham yesterday and back because Heather's from there. So she had some friends we hadn't seen in, I think, 4 years or so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really weird with the pandemic.
Yeah.
So to look up and be like, when did I see you last? Like, oh, we've both had kids since then. Oh, that's it. And I didn't see you when you were pregnant. And you didn't see us when we were pregnant. That's at least 2 years.
Yeah.
Bare
minimum. It is insane. My best friend I haven't seen since, well, actually, no. 2 years ago or a year ago. Never mind. I did, and it was only because my uncle's funeral.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah. So a very happy occasion.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I mean, the pandemic has definitely made it to where a lot of the relationships that I've had, they've kind of
paused.
Yeah,
I guess
put on
is
pause.
The best way to put it.
Yeah,
is you are like, oh yeah, you. I hope we never have to live through something like this again.
I know.
For multiple reasons. But yeah, no, it was odd to be like, oh yeah, we haven't. Oh wait, actually, I haven't seen you guys in 4 years.
That's insane,
man. It's it just felt wild. But yeah, it was a good hangout. We drove down yesterday morning, then drove back. I think got home at 11 or so.
Cool. So what's there to do in Birmingham? I've never been. Nothing.
You're with kids, so you go to playground.
Gotcha.
You go to playgrounds near your friend's house. You eat near your friend's house. I think they have a decent downtown. Heather and I started dating in 2008, and that town has changed a ton since 2008. They now have revitalized areas. They consistently. Do you know what the James Beard Award is? It's basically you're the best in the food category for this. So if you're a pastry chef, you can be a James Beard Award winning pastry chef. Arnold's on 8th Avenue and City House, they are both James Beard Award winners.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
City House. Where is that?
It's Germantown. They do pizza is probably the thing they're best known for, and it's fantastic.
Awesome. I'll have to check it out.
Yes. So, but it's basically
Arnold's, I know, is awesome.
Yes, Arnold's is fantastic. But yes, Nashville has 2 of them. I think Birmingham in the last 5 years has gotten 2 or 3 of them, or they always have finalists in the final category. But whoever it is that owns Pinewood Social, that and Catbird Seed and Patterson House. Those guys are always in the running for winning one. Sean Brock is always in the running for winning one. So but Birmingham has gained some form of an identity where they're attracting people who are like that. So yeah. Besides that, I don't know. I'm there with 3 kids. Our friends have 2 kids. So it's where there's a playground here and we can get dinner here.
Gotcha.
And then we'll go back to the house.
Well, I wasn't sure if there were some museums,
there's I think there's some civil rights museums there. And I know there's at least a children's museum and there's a zoo. So you can find stuff to do, but only went to my friend's house and hung out there. So
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was pretty
fun.
A
lot better than what I had to deal with.
What was it?
Just
sick families?
With the sick family, and on my birthday.
Oh yeah.
Putting up the new carport posts.
Yeah, you had to basically redo your carport.
Yeah, so that was during my birthday.
Yeah, did you do 8 posts out there? That seems like a massive job.
Did I do what?
How many? You have wooden posts out there now?
6.
6? Okay.
6, yeah.
Even doing one, I feel would take me an entire
Oh,
day.
man. My shoulder is killing me.
Is it really?
Yeah. But no, we did it. Me, my dad, and Haley's stepdad, Greg, we did it, and I think we did a great job, and we did it a lot faster than what I thought.
I thought you had a contractor do it. Walking up, I assumed a contractor had done it.
Well, I am a contractor.
You are a contractor. So yes, you did have a contractor.
Yes. No, Greg is a son of a carpenter.
Okay.
So at least that's what he says.
You should say, do your dad ever have any like replacement curse words? Like my dad would say, "Oh, what a peanut," or anything like that.
My dad, no, he never cussed.
He never got mad. He was the jealous.
But me, I always say son of a biscuit.
You should say son of a carpenter and son of a carpenter. The way he said it made it sound like as if like, oh, that Greg, he's a son of a carpenter.
Oh man, Devin,
you got to think of your replacement curse words.
I will. I got to get creative with that.
Yeah, just say gibberish like just sound effects.
I always do fudge.
Fun.
You just keep
cheese
going with
and crackers.
Cheese and crackers. I use that one.
Do you really?
Well.
There you go.
Yep.
Replacement curse words.
And cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs. It just feels like just think of like the oldest person at the church you grew up going to. What did they say on a consistent basis? Is kind of like where my mind goes to.
I don't curse.
I don't curse. That's the Lord's words, and I don't use bad ones. But anyway, you did a big house project.
Yes. I've been doing a lot of house projects since then. Been painting.
Oh, yeah?
Doing that little...
Yeah, you've got your little...
Yeah, that's going to be where Ada puts all of her toys.
That's cute. Is that going to be upstairs or downstairs?
There you go.
Oh, in that place there? Cool.
Right there. But as people that are listening can
you can
visualize where right there is.
Yes, you can maybe hear Ada in the background if you listen with headphones on. And you can imagine a house that has a cabinet now.
That's right.
For kids' toys.
But no, then I also put up a chandelier in our staircase.
Nice.
Yeah, that was...
How was that
scary
experience?
As can be.
That's why your shoulder hurts.
Well, and because of the carport. But
I've replaced a light or two in our house, and they've only been like the LED ones that are like, a circle.
Yeah.
So they're super easy to do. They're like nothing. I haven't looked at the chandelier. I would assume it's heavy. I don't feel
it's actually surprisingly not heavy, but it's more like it's an IKEA one, but it's more modern. It actually looks like a pumpkin, but it's got
cute.
like little slices of metal that shapes of a pumpkin.
Okay.
And then the light that Haley chose, not on purpose, kind of has that Halloween character to it.
That's fun.
I turned it on last night and I was like, oh man. I was like, did you mean to do this? She's like, no. But
since it's here.
Yeah. Well, while Halloween season is going on, we'll keep it, but we'll change it later.
Nice.
But no, I had to get up on a A-frame ladder, but one of those adjustable ones. So like I'm not tipping over, but still scary as can be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because every time that I was rocking it, like the two ones that were down farther kept inching closer and closer to the edge of the stairs.
And you're like, I know how this turns out.
It's like I'm going to be Clark Griswold here.
Yeah, you are, aren't you? My margin for not breaking my legs is pretty slim.
Yeah. Oh, man. Haley was just like, maybe you shouldn't do this without me. And I'm like, it'll be fine.
Famous last words.
Every dad's famous last words.
Yes, pretty much. Where did you? We don't have an IKEA in town. Isn't there like how'd you get it? Did you have IKEA deliver?
Yeah. Cool. Those suckers are heavy.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I didn't realize how heavy they were. But I mean, it was actually relatively easy to put together. It's the same as what our little Chase. I don't know what that is. China cabinet. There you go.
I actually like putting together IKEA furniture as long as like I'm not interrupted.
Yeah.
Because it feels like a really big puzzle that's very functional. So I actually think it's kind of fun.
Now put that on top of the baby walking on top of it and trying to grab your tools and grab the instruction booklet.
And then you're like, I only have myself to blame. Why did I think I should do this while you were still awake?
It was fun. She took some of the cardboard and acted like she was helping me, so it was fine.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Has she gotten to the... Josh is at this phase now where he mimics whatever we do. So if we have like a toy phone, he'll pick it up and go like, ba, ba, and like talk into it. Has she started mimicking like your guys' actions
She has on like forks.
Cute.
She uses a fork, and then we've been trying to get her to not sling her... sippy cup whenever she puts it down.
Does she do the full arm?
No, she just does this. Oh, I mean, she does sip, and then all of a sudden just throws it. Like, no more.
No more. She's, like she's taking a shot and throwing the shot glass on the ground. She's like, I'm done.
Yeah. So we were like, all right.
Here we go. Watch
put
us.
Put it back down. And she would. But the thing is, as soon as you stop.
Yeah. How mischievous is her face whenever she throws it?
It's not even mischievous.
Really?
It's just like, pick it up. Why aren't you picking this up for me?
Don't you see where I left the cup?
Yeah.
Please, sir.
But it's not a smile or a grin of like, haha, look what I did.
This is how this works.
No, yeah, she's just like, this is just how it works.
Now I know how Haley finishes drinks.
Get done.
She throws them on the ground and goes, Justin?
Yep. And I am there. Yes,
say,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, ma'am. Certainly, ma'am. Okay, so it's been like a month since we met up.
It has.
So there's a couple of happy and not so happies to discuss, I feel like, in the last month.
Well,
I'll start with my saddest one. And that's that we put our dog down since we met up last. So, we had Cinnamon for 8 years. She's about 10 years old. Around Labor Day weekend, she stopped eating food. Or she like got really hesitant about eating food, and Cinnamon was like our own personal vacuum cleaner. Mm-hmm. So like she would wait, she'd be like under the table during every single meal. So I just thought maybe she was getting picky about food, because like my parents' dogs are like that. You know, they have to have like chicken broth on them to eat, or like dogs get weird about food sometimes. So I was like, all right, maybe that's it. So we spent like a week of like adding stuff to her food. It worked sometimes, it didn't work other times. And then the next week we had talked to the vet, and she'd had some evidence of like bladder stones, so we switched up her diet to do like to see, because with bladder stones, or what our vet said is that a diet is how you can like break them down if you want to try to avoid surgery, which we wanted to avoid surgery, so we changed up her diet. And then actually it was like a Friday, and she just completely stopped eating, like with anything that we had done at all. So we're like, okay, we'll just wait out the weekend, like it's because she wasn't like moaning in pain. She just like didn't want to eat. So I'm like, this is a really weird characteristic. Like she would still go on walks. She would still go to the bathroom.
Really?
So I'm just like, I don't know what's going on here. And so I was like, all right, if by Monday she's still like this, then we'll take her into the vet and like figure out what's going on. And then on that Sunday, which was also Heather's birthday, she started hiding underneath the porch and underneath the steps.
Yeah.
And so like, that's whenever I think I realized she was probably going to die. Within the week, or very much like, I'm a fatalistic person in general. So like whenever around Labor Day weekend, whenever she had stopped eating or lost her appetite, I was like, this is usually a pretty bad sign. But then I was like, nah, man, don't go down that path. Like stop, like just try, do some stuff, talk to your vet. And then whenever she was hiding underneath the porch, it was very much just like, all right, this is when I go on Monday, I don't anticipate to hear good news.
Yep.
So I had called our vet, which was Nachos Trace Veterinary Services. They were always really good. They worked with us. They were really good at problem solving. So like they would always like, if our doctor said he needed an x-ray or he needed blood work, it's because he needed it. Yeah. He never just was like willy-nilly, like, I'll just run some blood work or anything like that. Yeah. So I was appreciative with that. And they always worked with us a lot. So I took her in on that Monday. They did the x-ray, and she had a tumor on her spleen. And she literally went from like where you could see her ribs to like a distended stomach, in which she looked pregnant. Her stomach was so big, like the tumor was so big on her. And so they were like, we can do surgery. And I was like, how much does that cost? And they're like, here's the cost. Also, if we need a blood transfusion, that's more money. And then I was like, it's the realization of like, if I do one surgery, I'm going to do whatever else is necessary. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to do like one surgery. She's in immense pain, and they're like, we need to go back in and correct something, and be like, no, that's too much money. Yeah. Like, that's just cruelty in my mind. And they were like, we can give her steroids, which will help like minimize the tumor for a little bit, but then you'll end up back in this position. So we decided that just to basically put her down, or to end her discomfort. We used Lap of Love, which is a company that actually comes out to your house and puts your dog down. Oh, cool. Yeah, it is.
So you're in your own home.
You're in your own home. Yeah. And I mean, Cinnamon, whenever we go to the vet, the second we got out of the car, she would be bolting for the door the entire time. So the thought of Cinnamon was basically like a cat. She would like want you to rub her belly a little bit. I mean, you've come over to my house before. Yeah. Like, she doesn't jump on you, or she didn't jump on you. She wouldn't like beg or anything like that. She would like look for you to drop food, eat the food, then go back to her bed and lay down. She was a really good and really great dog to have for young kids. Yeah. But yeah, we had Oh man, there's so many like thoughts on this because it's basically, I think I texted it to you, but our goal with it was to try to make sure to create good neural pathways for our kids in relation to grief and loss.
Yeah.
So whenever she was in like diapers by the time she had incontinence because the tumor was pushing against her bladder. Yeah. But we included the girls in on most of the conversations, or we'd be like, oh, look, like Cinnamon can't hold her bladder. She's peeing inside. We don't think she's doing well. We made sure not to use words like Cinnamon is tired, Cinnamon is sick, or anything like that, because your kids get tired and they get sick. Yeah. So you don't want to create an association that like their body can become that.
Yeah, that's smart.
We had some people help us out with figuring out correct wording. So yeah, you just, we were like, hey, Cinnamon's body isn't working anymore. Her body doesn't work the way it usually does. She's in a lot of pain. She's hiding under the steps because she's hurting. Yeah. And this doctor is going to come and help her get out of pain, but it means we won't have a dog anymore. So those are really fun conversations to have with your kids, but I feel like,
but they're necessary.
They're very necessary. I think because you are uncomfortable with talking about something does not mean your kids don't see it. Yeah. Doesn't mean that your kids don't know it. And I think our role as parents is to guide our children. So whenever there's something that makes you personally scared and uncomfortable, you are trying to figure out how to communicate it to your kid that you're going to walk through it with them. Yeah. So like Holly, my parents lost a dog in like March of 2020. My sister-in-law lost 2 dogs last year. So like we had a framework to discuss with them. It was actually really helpful. So we were able to be like, oh, you know what, Cinnamon, she might be gone, but she's going to go play with Lemon and Safi. We got like a, not a tombstone, but we got like a commemorative stone for our backyard. So whenever if the kids are ever like, I'm really sad, I'll be like, I'm sad too. Let's go talk to the stone. Let's see if let's go see it. Have you watched Coco? Like the kids movie? Yeah. I very much believe and have like for decades that we let people die twice a lot of times. And it's whenever their body or spirit leaves their physical form, and every time we don't share a story about them, they die a little bit more every time.
Oh man.
Yeah. Deep. Casual. There's a poem by a guy named Stephen Dunn where it's like to his brother, and it's like we let our parents die a second time. Every time we didn't discuss our parents' vacation, we didn't discuss their honeymoons, we didn't discuss what they were like as parents, we let them die a second time. And that stuck with me whenever I was like 17 or so. Wow. And consequently is basically what Coco and Day of the Dead is that you keep your family's memory alive. Yeah. So we are very, that's what I want to do with the kids. I want to be like, whenever we walk in the door, I'm like, man, don't you guys remember what it was like when Cinnamon would knock one of you over whenever we come home? Man, isn't it weird that like we have to sweep now because Cinnamon isn't here to eat all of our food? Yeah. But we still like so the vet comes over, they do one shot in which it basically fills your dog with like, it's, like pain meds and anesthesia. So they go into a super deep sleep. You have an opportunity to say goodbye, and then they end the life. Yeah. So real fun. So
real hard, I bet.
Yeah. You know what? I'm glad we did it at home. But yes, whenever all of it feels surreal, and then whenever the vet calls you to be like, I'm on my way, it's very much like, all right, this is how this night goes. Like
it's not going anyway.
It's not going away. Our dog isn't suddenly getting miraculously better. But so we did the first shot, and like, kids said goodbye. They were kind of understanding what was happening, kind of wasn't. And then whenever they did the second shot, Heather took the kids on a walk, and Magnolia like screamed, I don't want her to die, which is like a moment where you figure out how to look at your kid and say, I don't either. Like we're going through this together. Like I don't want her to die either. I also love her. I also want her to stay here. So I really believe in leaning into how hard that is, because I'm hoping that Magnolia, whenever she experiences loss, she experiences something not being there anymore, she can think of, as a family, we tried to go through this together, and that we weren't just like, yep, Cinnamon's not here anymore, or anything like that. It was like, hey, this is what's happening right now. And if that causes her trauma, or that damaged her in some way, then I will apologize for it and say, I'm sorry that I introduced that to you before you were able to understand before like you were at an age in which you could get it. But hopefully
that's the right thing.
Hopefully it's the right thing, and you don't know.
You never know.
You don't know at all.
I mean, one kid it could work. The next kid, pretty much totally different. So you never know until you try. That's all.
I just know there's going to be other things that die in our life and other things that pass away. And with Cinnamon, we had the opportunity to kind of lean into how difficult of a moment it was. It wasn't like some surprise phone call. She didn't like get hit by a car or anything like that. It was like, all right, this is the best thing we know to do for our dog to help her out.
Yeah.
And just hopefully bring our kids along for that journey. And hopefully they see that.
Yeah.
So it's a good time. We will not be getting a dog for quite a while.
Yeah. Well, a couple questions.
Yes. One.
How long have you've had Cinnamon for 10 years?
We had her for 8 years, but she was 10 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you have her before you met Heather, or like whose dog was it, or did you guys
both of our dogs?
Get them both?
Yeah. So basically, we were married in February of 2013, and October of 2014 we got Cinnamon.
Okay.
So we lived in apartments, and literally we moved into a townhouse in which we could get a dog. We moved in on October 1st. We got Cinnamon from the Humane Society on October 2nd.
Oh wow.
So like we are
the next day.
Correct. It was very much like we were scoping it out like the final week, or like the last week of September. It's very much that energy of like, we are dog people. We love dogs. Like we want to get a dog. And like the first opportunity we got to get a dog, we got one, and it was Cinnamon. So like, cool. It was like in marriage, I feel like you have moments in which you're able to embark on like your journey and create the identity you really want to become.
Yeah.
And being dog people was an identity we really wanted to become.
Same here, man.
And like Cinnamon was that. Cinnamon was like something we chose together. We got to get her. And we got her in October of 2014, and we got pregnant in May of 2015. So like even before we had we're pregnant or anything like that, Cinnamon was in our life for a while.
Yeah.
Like she was it's we'll always remember that dog.
So did you know going in that you were going to get her, or was this a blind, we don't know what we're going to get?
This was that we went to the Humane Society, and she didn't jump on the kennel door, and whenever we took her on our walk, she didn't drag us. She was just like happy to be outside and go on a walk. And we were like, all right, this is like every other dog, there is like anxious or running around and everything.
Yeah.
She's sitting there like this, just chill.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, she was a good dog.
She was a good dog.
Now,
yes.
Magnolia,
yes.
She is 4 years old.
4.5, yeah.
4.5. So she's, but I don't think that's too young to introduce.
I hope not. I mean, to some extent, it's not like you have a choice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, gosh. The first time that I had any run-in with death was my grandpa, and I think I was 5, 6, or 7, somewhere around there. I mean, I wasn't that old.
Yeah, I think I was in kindergarten whenever my mom's mom passed away, so I would have been 5 or 6 or something like that. So, yeah.
I mean, it was. I guess I didn't grasp the reality of it right off the bat, but yeah, then I think me having that experience at that young age actually helped me. So, I mean,
we'll see.
We'll see.
Right?
Yeah.
We just try to always make sure to be she's in pre-K, and they have a school counselor, and they have like calm down corners. So we were multiple times like, hey, if you need to talk to your counselor, if she's in there and you feel sad about Cinnamon, make sure to say something. If you feel like you need to go to the calm down corner because you feel sad, please, you should use the calm down corner.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're doing something that allows her to be in tune with herself and what she's feeling. But also 4-year-olds feel a lot of things.
Yeah.
So who knows?
How did Holly take it?
Oh, Holly, I think since we had our other dogs pass away, she literally drew a picture of Cinnamon. Whenever she does family pictures now, she draws Cinnamon as an angel above us. So she
knows. She
doesn't have sadness around it, and it's very just factual in her head. I feel like she's like, yep, Cinnamon's not here. She's an angel now.
Yeah.
And I hope, what was it? Whenever we got our commemorative stone for our backyard, she would always sleep in our perennial garden. So we put a stone for her in our perennial garden and the exact spot where she would always lay in the sunlight. And when we got it, Holly was like, do you think it has a speaker in it? And I was like, a speaker? Why would it have a speaker? And she's like, well, I need to talk to Lemon, the other dog that Aunt Beth's dog that died. So can't she give messages to Lemon for me? And I'm like, we didn't order one with a speaker, but you know what? Maybe I bet she can still hear us.
Yeah,
I bet she can still have that. So
that's cute.
So that's my downer, but also hopefully something good or positive comes out of that.
Yeah,
hopefully. But
I know that's gotta be really hard. I am dreading the moment.
Yeah, you have 2 dogs. Yeah,
for Rue and Sophie. Yeah, and Rue is 9 years old now, I think. I could be completely wrong, and I know Haley's going to correct
me.
me.
Right, yeah.
And then Soph is 4. We got her in 2018. So, yeah, she's 4 years old.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
That's crazy,
I just
right?
feel like she's still a pup sometimes because she acts like it.
All dogs to me are still puppies, no matter how old they are.
Yeah. But
to rewatch like old videos of Cinnamon whenever we first got her, and she needed like 2 walks a day, like just to be normal. And then like by the end of her life, it was like a walk once every 3rd day, like because she was old, she didn't care.
Hey,
it was nice for us with 3 kids.
Yeah, I can't walk our dogs.
You can't?
No,
are they too crazy?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Rue will go into predator mode.
Oh seriously?
So for any animal, either if it's a dog or if she sees a squirrel or a cat, she just goes like prowling.
That's how Cinnamon was when we first got her.
And then she just tries to bolt to get it. And Sophie just screams like a monkey the entire time.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
I'll have to record it and we'll maybe play it on something. But yeah, it's embarrassing.
Where you're just like, oh, okay, I'm not strangling my dog.
Yeah.
This is just what she sounds like.
I mean, when people are walking by or when we're walking by someone's house and they're outside, they literally, like, everybody's looking.
Is
like,
she okay?
What is going on?
Why are you murdering your dog in the street?
And, I mean, literally, she is just screaming like a monkey, and it is ridiculous.
And you're like, I don't know why she's doing this either.
No, I have no idea. No
that
idea. And you're just like, come on, Sophie, shut up,
stop,
please.
Please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop.
You're embarrassing me. We don't walk them. We just let them play out in the backyard.
I feel like they're always outside whenever we come over.
They run around. They get
cool.
their exercise.
Yeah.
But yeah. My downer was just having a sick baby.
Yeah, man, having RSV and croup in 1 week and an ear infection.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And sick mama.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything else is going good.
Yeah.
My medication is I think at the level that it needs to be at. So my depression, anxiety, and stress a whole lot lower. I still have the anxiety and stress to a certain extent, but everybody does. You just have to know how to manage it.
Do you feel like you can predict how you'll feel every day a little bit better? Ish.
I feel like I know when something's going to happen now. Like I feel it starting as opposed to it was almost like a light switch before where I didn't feel it coming on. I just
you'd be like, oh, should have taken some meds.
Yeah. Where now I'm starting to get that calmness, and then when I do feel something, I actually have medication that will help me right off the bat. So that helps.
That's good.
But meditation and then yoga.
Yeah,
stretches,
nice.
And stuff like that. Oh man,
I never thought you'd be someone who does yoga.
Yeah, I have 2 fractured vertebrae.
Do you really?
My back hurts all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it fused, and I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were telling me about that. You had a doctor who was like, yeah, so your back is pretty messed up. And you're like, yeah, I know. And he's like, no, seriously, medically, your back is pretty messed up.
They were like, hey, it's fused together. But yeah, he was like, you're going to probably have pain for the rest of your life.
Oh, man.
And I was like, yeah, I know.
Thanks. Appreciate it, man.
But no, I do the back roller. Then I do just different stretches, different poses for mainly my back.
Sure.
But I do the meditation before that as well. So that helps. But the stretches actually help too. Just kind of calm everything down and get into a mindful
practice.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you ever do any yin yoga? Have you explored that at all? It's where you like hold the pose for like 4 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
So you just get comfortable. You know you're going to be there for 4 to 5 minutes and just breathe, and it just helps release like tension in your muscles even more.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You'll have to show me.
Yeah, you'll see me taking. It looks like I'll be taking a nap on the ground for 4 to 5 minutes. Like, and next,
show me some poses that would be good for that.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, we got like a little shelving unit that we have in our bedroom that has all of our yoga mats and our roller bar and some other workout equipment that we have in there. So in the mornings, on the weekends, I do it in the bedroom, and then I come out here in the family room, living room area during the weekday. If I can. I have to really like push myself though to just get into that mindset and do it every single day, because it's so hard to do it every single day.
I also think I started doing yoga during the pandemic, and the whole concept of like whenever you feel pain, whenever I think of like weightlifting or most ways that you do workouts, I think of pain as something you push through. And I feel like in yoga it's like, no, take a breath, ease off a bit. And so like to get into that mindset of like, this hurts, oh, dig deep. I'm like, no. That's not, you're gonna tear an AC, you're gonna break something. Like it's like, oh, my hamstring's tight. Yeah, take a breath, ease off a little bit. Now take a breath, try to lean back forward. Cool, still hurts? Okay, take a breath. This is your limit today.
Yeah.
And I feel like with weightlifting, it's like, no, I'm gonna do 20 reps and I'm doing it today.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's okay.
Yoga has a lot to do with breathing.
It does.
Yeah. Breathing and knowing your limits.
It does. And it's this weirdness of like, by knowing your limits, you're also pushing your limits to some extent, you know?
Yeah. But like you said, not to the extent like a power lifter.
Yeah, where it's like, dig, and then you're like, you just do more weights. And it's like, no, like literally, just take a breath.
Inch yourself a little bit.
Just inch yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
And I feel like do you do like, do you follow like a yoga like person or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
So Chris Wolf, one of my friends who's a PT, he's given me a lot of poses that, and stretches and stuff like that I use for my back.
Sure.
But I need to get into more for different poses and just explore more.
I would try out some yin yoga, because it is literally like you get set up in the pose and you kind of sit in it for like 3 to 5 minutes. I feel like if you do like an actual yoga like flow, it's like, okay, now do this pose, do this pose, do this pose. And you're like, I don't know what any of these words mean. And if I do it wrong, I'm going to hurt myself.
Yeah.
So yin yoga is, I feel like, a good introductory. Like, all right, cool, do this pose and now hold it. And then you like look at it and you're like, okay, cool, I'm feeling myself. Can I do this? And then like by the time you get settled, you can actually settle for a bit and then do the next one.
Interesting. So is that, how do you do it? Through
just
an app?
YouTube. I just go to YouTube and do like lower back yin yoga, and you'll be able to find like 5 things.
Awesome. So, I'll try it out.
Yeah,
maybe that'll help.
Does Haley ever do it with you?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Heather and I will do yoga together sometimes.
Interesting.
Because we're cute.
Aw, such a cute couple. Man, the last 2 weeks we have just been going to bed at like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
But if your kid's waking up like every other hour coughing and being awake, like, that's fair.
It has been so exhausting, but we love her so much.
Yeah, of course. It's part of it.
And she is now able to actually pull herself up. Before it was just like a push herself up on to get up on something, but now it's like she can pull herself up.
It's so fun, isn't it?
It is. And then she's starting to like kind of move down the couch type of thing.
Scooting, cruising, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
So hopefully soon she'll be running around.
Nice. Josh started walking last week.
Wow.
So, yep.
So how was that?
Oh,
how was that
transition? Cute. He was already like doing steps where he would like feel it out, but he would do like 2 steps and then fall down and like giggle. So now he does like the full like waddle. He almost looks like a duck, like, and stuff. So now he's like very proudly walking around everywhere. It's cool. I don't know if you've had that with Ada, where she realizes she can do something and her like eyes light up.
And she'll look like, at you.
Yeah.
And then we usually will clap.
Yeah, lots of clapping. Lots of clapping. And lots
but
of
even we'll even do that for when she falls down.
Yeah.
Because we're like, celebrate the falls.
Fall down the fall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just get back up.
And you'll be all right.
Yeah. So that way she like, because the first couple of falls she like would cry because it would startle her.
Yeah.
But then we started just celebrating, and then she'd do the same thing. She'd fall and then look up at you with the smile, and
you go,
just,
yay!
and she'd just
cute.
smile even more.
You have to like tell yourself to do that every time, like, because my first thought every time was like, oh God, and then you're like, no, man, he fell less than a foot, like he's fine.
Yeah, the hardest part is like for me, like today when she was crawling on all the boxes and everything like that, I was like, oh, maybe she's gonna fall backwards and hit her head, or maybe she's not gonna get off the box the correct way. And then I was like, I need to stop.
Yeah.
Just let her be a kid.
I'm the same way. I like I want to like hover with my hands like behind his head or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if they're like next to the corner of the table or something like this,
or a fireplace or something like that. But
if they're next to like a stone wall, you know, like I'm not just gonna be like, nah, maybe it's a concussion, maybe it's not.
Maybe a cracked head.
Maybe a cracked head. It'll be fine.
No, but I mean, for her to fall safely, but possibly just boink her head or something like that. I'm like, she's got to. For me, I'm like, she's got to live. Yes. She's got to be able to fall, and I'm not always going to be there to protect her.
Yeah.
So she's got to be able to learn to fall and
know she's all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's every part of the like the protector within me wants to be like, no, I'm saving you. You're safe because I'm here, and it's like, good luck keeping that up, man.
Exactly. Especially like when she's in daycare where you're not there with her.
Not there. Yep. Pretty much.
So it's hard, but
it is.
I can't remember who said it, but they were saying, let your kid be a kid.
Yeah.
And
it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like I think you had talked about when they went to the playground at the zoo.
Yeah. Just let them go.
And let them go.
Just say, I'm here. Do not leave this. Don't go outside of here. But I'm over here. And just, I'm here. And I'm going to try to stay here.
Yep.
Because
instead of being overbearing and being like, don't do that.
But it wasn't until like our Magnolia turned like 3-ish that I actually trusted her ability to like not walk off the side of a playset.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not going to let my 1-year-old go. Like, go
man,
on.
You're fine. Go to the top of the winding slide. Let's see what happens. There are, yes, very much so. But yeah, for the most part, that's about all I got besides just being tired by life.
Yeah. Just being tired.
But yeah. What's up? What else? What else you got? Anything else?
I don't have anything else, but we do need to start our conversation with Steven.
Oh, yeah.
From We Rock the Spectrum on some type of dad thing.
Yeah, some type of dad thing.
Maybe we could do something either in November or December. Give us a few weeks or a month. I don't know what
just some type of event.
Maybe Titans football game. Get a whole bunch of guys.
But Titans games are expensive now.
No. I'm talking about Titan. Go watch the
watching
game.
Well, I thought you meant went to the game, and I was like, let me financially prepare for this.
No.
I looked up tickets to the Colts game, and I think the lowest one I could find on StubHub was like $125. Man. And I was like, that's not a casual purchase.
No. I mean, that's kind of how the Preds, I felt like, have been lately.
Well, I mean, the Titans have, to be fair, went to the AFC Championship game and then won the AFC South 2 years in a row. So they're like in their best 3-year span of their entire existence.
Yeah.
So,
and they're first in the division.
It's not saying AFC South is really bad. I don't really know.
But hey, first is first.
First is first. So, but no, we need to reach out to him.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Awesome. So, anything else going on?
No.
You want to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up. I'm sleepy.
Awesome.
Bye.
See ya.
We really hope you enjoyed that episode. Please make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Nashville Dads. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.